House lawmakers made significant improvement on Tuesday, passing a voting rights bill named in honor of late Representative John Lewis.
They also cleared the way for Congress to take action on both the infrastructure bill and budget plan, too. Our Washington correspondent, Anna Wernicke, joining us live in Washington with more. Good morning, Anna.
Good morning. That's right. A lot of movement yesterday after things weren't looking so good 24 hours ago. Democrats were able to push through parts of President Biden's domestic agenda, but Republicans say that the focus should be abroad.
The House of Representatives went straight to work Tuesday.
The resolution is adopted,
approving the $3.5 trillion budget plan, setting a September 27th deadline for an infrastructure vote.
The bill is passed.
And passing a sweeping voting rights bill
that will restore voting rights, that will stop the plethora of voting rights, of voting restrictions that we see passing in so many different states.
Democrats praised the progress as the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act now heads to the Senate, where its fate is uncertain.
And we pray that this bill will land on Joe Biden's desk, that the Senate will do the right thing.
President Joe Biden says he's ready to sign it, applauding the House for pushing through key parts of his agenda.
The House of Representatives taken significant step toward making a historic investment that's going to transform America.
But Republicans, like leader Kevin McCarthy, say right now the sole focus of Congress should be Afghanistan.
Until every American's out, we should not be working on anything else.
And there's still a lot of work left to do. Congress needs to decide what exactly is going to go into the $3.5 trillion budget plan and how exactly they're going to pay for it. For now, live in Washington, I'm Anna Wernicke. Back to you.
All right, Anna, thanks. But another big topic on Capitol Hill right now is going to be Afghanistan. Members were briefed on the situation yesterday. What is the reaction?
Well, lawmakers walked into that briefing yesterday with a lot of questions, specifically about what exactly went wrong in Afghanistan. But they left when we caught up with a few of them after that briefing. They say that they still have a lot of questions, and a lot of them said that they were concerned about this August 31st deadline that President Biden has set to get all Americans out of the country. We're told that some lawmakers urged the administration officials to extend the evacuation efforts past the end of the month. And the lawmakers that did have a few questions that they said were unanswered, they will get a chance to ask them some point this week. There is another classified briefing scheduled for today for the House Foreign Affairs Committee.